Get this adjusted right. Well, we're gonna do a little cold open, quick and dirty. Well, maybe not quick, but a dirty video, I'm gonna call it. There's a little ASMR for you. Yes. Gonna do a little celebratory sort of video. At the bottom of that glass. I don't know if that's dirty or if it's just from the dishwasher. Oh well. Anyway, come and sit, have a beer with me. Going to celebrate a little bit of life for one, and the subscriber count, which is continuing to rise, which I was not expecting. But I damn sure am happy about it. I damn sure appreciate it. So here's to you. Cheers. I'm going to do something that's either going to make you cringe or you're going to understand. As if beer wasn't bad enough for you, supposedly. I always put a little salt in mine. See what it does, if you weren't aware. Also kind of gives it, I don't know, it almost makes it taste like it's draft, like it's just come out of the keg. Probably because of the extra suds, but it's also something to do with the flavor. I kind of like it. Doesn't really seem to matter what beer it is. A little dash of salt always seems to make it pop. So I'm up to, I think, 141 or so subscriptions. I had planned on doing a 100 subscriber video, but I fell behind pretty quick. It happened so fast that it came and passed, and when it happened, I was at work. I took a screenshot of it, of course, for the future, whenever, hopefully, this channel rather, gets big, I can look back and remember the humble roots. Speaking of those roots, that's all you guys. I appreciate it, and we're gonna give you a little shout out. Hope you don't mind. If you do mind, I don't know why you're putting your subscription as public, because it's default private through YouTube. If any of you want me to do a shout out for you in the next go around, maybe at 200 or 500 subscriptions, make your subscriptions public, and I'll try to give you a little shout out. So anyway, here we go. We'll try to pronounce these names. Some of them: Chris Esposito, Eva Rojas, Enolia Mercado, Ezra Lamons, Gilda Rodriguez Van Rodden, Sivad Johnson, Frog with 2 G's, Foxy Psycho, that's clever. That's Saikou, I think is how it was spelled, but I get the joke. It's good. Fourth Man Ministries, Dude Seriously, Bhakta Peter, and Raymond Sycamore from Raymond Thoughts and Minds, one of my first subscribers. Shout out to Raymond. Yeah, if you don't know his channel, go check him out. He's pretty cool. He gives his mind, he gives his thoughts about a lot of subjects, and sometimes he's funny without meaning to, and sometimes he's funny meaning to. But either way, he's entertaining altogether, all around funny, and smart. He's a smart guy too. And Beach and Peach. It's an animal rescue. I'm gonna have to check your channel out. I saw you pop up again when I was out driving, when I was at work. Beach and Peach, animal rescue. So they do animal rescue services. That's pretty cool. Haven't checked your channel out yet, but I'm going to. Probably right after I get done with this video. And then some people that subscribed to me originally before I even really started making videos. I'm not going to say their last name because I'm not sure if they would be all right with that, but they'll know who they are. So Matt K, Brad Q, Cliff P, Hans L, Cody M, and Dustin C. And if I missed anybody, apologies. I'll try to catch you on the next one around. So I know that some of my subscribers are probably bots, which scares me because that kind of hurts my analytics and makes it to where it's hard to tell what you guys like and what you don't like. But you can help me out with that by commenting on whatever video you see. Oh, pardon me. I'm sure that was pleasant through the mic. Apologies, guys. It's got to go somewhere. But you can do me a favor by commenting and giving me your tip of the hat or a shake of the fist, whatever it is you want to do. If you hate watching my channel, I don't understand why, but I guess a view is a view, right? Some people do that. I think there used to be, if I could think about it, I know there were some channels that I watched because I couldn't stand them, and I just loved. They were that type of channel though. Anyway, I can't remember who it was now. Mainly because I stopped watching those kinds of things. I got enough in real life to be angry about. So I stopped doing that. What the hell else was I going to say? If you get any kind of like blips or whatever in the feed, that was edited out because nobody wants to sit around and listen to dead air. You know, even though this dead air would probably be better than anybody's dead air. The best dead air. But what was I going to get into? Anyway, good old beer. Can't beat it. Drinking Corona tonight. Corona, Cerveza Más Fina. Yeah, none of that light stuff. Extra, whatever that means. It all tastes like beer to me. That's what I was going to say. Along with the letting me know down in the comments what you think about certain videos, so that I can understand what's going on. I can adjust what I'm doing accordingly, because although I'm going to do what I'm going to do, I also would like to interact with people and have them actually watch my show, if you want to call it that, my channel. I want it to be a mutually agreeable sort of relationship where you're watching because you want to watch it, not watching it because you accidentally clicked on it. I'm sure there are probably some bots that are floating around in YouTube. I'm not sure why. I'm hoping here's what I'm afraid of. What I'm afraid of, and there's always a fear in the back of the mind of something, and this is it when it comes to this channel, which is I do pay to have videos promoted. If you've seen some of my videos, I've learned one in particular where I was very upset because Google, in all their infinite wisdom to not be evil, that used to be their motto, company motto. I don't know if it still is or not, but they decided to disapprove one of my videos that I spent like hours and hours putting together. This 45-minute clip had Alex Jones on it, or it was featuring Alex Jones. I don't know the man, but it was featuring Alex Jones. One of his rants, one of his many rants recently about some things politically, and that's why they flagged it and disapproved being able to be promoted. Promoted, in case you don't know, being promoted means that you agree to have ads placed on your video. I don't have any control of what the contents and the ads are, by the way, so if it's something weird and completely contrary to the flavor of this particular channel, I didn't have anything to do with it. But it means that I pay YouTube for the right to put ads on my channel, or that rather they put ads on my channel. They put that out, and that's how they make revenue, both from me and from the ad source. And they push my videos out further to get further out to a further audience. My videos will float around eventually to people, but you ain't getting nowhere without promotions. You're just not. And they know that. And it's another way that they can, get you by the, what's, the short and curlies. But where was I going with that? It's somewhat upsetting when you have a video that you worked on for pretty much all day, and that you have to wait for like 3 hours to find out after you hit the promotion button. I always do it immediately. immediately hit promote, and then set the price and the time span, how much I'm willing to spend, whatever. And then you've got to wait for 3 or 4 hours before you'll either see that it's active or you'll get an email from Google saying that it was disapproved and the reason why. A short reason, a short answer as to why. I'm assuming there's keywords and things like that politically, names you can't bring up without it being a promotion for politics, which they don't know me. Obviously, they don't know me. They don't know most people except for their crony buddies at YouTube. But I'm about the most anti-political person that you'll ever listen to or hear. I firmly believe that votes don't matter. If they did, they wouldn't let us do it. So I'm never promoting one party or another, ever. I'm about as close to an anarchist without being one that you can get. And I used to be a bit of an anarchist when I was younger. Checking the mic. Yeah. So that's bullshit. The political advertising in the United States, I think it is. So that's another way that they push it off. Oh well, we didn't. It's not to do with us. It's the law says you can't advertise, you can't promote politics, even though I'm not making any fucking money off of it. At least not yet, right? Like my channel's too fucking small. I'm not monetized. It shouldn't fucking matter. But that's not really the point, is it, YouTube? That's not really the point. The point is, I say things that you don't like, and you find a way legally to fuck with it, don't you? We both know that that's the case, don't we? So if you hate that the same way I do, be sure to check the videos. Check out my channel page, and go through and look at the videos that have like the least amount of likes. That's where the bread and butter's at. That's where you'll find all the not safe for YouTube shit. So if you enjoy a little bit of spicier content, you'll have to search it out. You'll have to look for yourself, but you'll find it on my channel page. Look down through there. There's several videos that could not be promoted, and a few of them that are just really early, and I'm not real proud of, but I left them up anyway because they were terrible quality. And yeah, just check them out. What else was I going to get into? Oh well, my my recent video, the recent song that I did called "The List," that was one of those videos that they decided they didn't want. And even when I tried to go through and fix the thumbnail and remove the lyrics from the video, it still flagged it a second time. I tried to push through a second time, disapproved election election advertising in the United States both times, even though there's nothing in that song that's advertising for elections at all. So if you say something positive or negative, if you say anything at all about any political candidate, your video gets disapproved to be promoted. So now Google would say that that is a issue of freedom of reach, but no, it's not. It's a freedom of speech issue, which is supposed to be protected in this fucking country. If you own the majority, the lion's share of the space for speech, so like back in the day it was the newspapers, today it's Google, it's Alphabet, it's YouTube. If you own the majority of that space, then you are the public square. And if you are suppressing speech in any way, for whatever reason, then that is an infringement upon freedom of speech. There's always going to be ramifications for your actions, your thoughts, your speech. And that is up to society to regulate, not you, YouTube. Not anyone. It's up to society. It's up to God. You are not God. And while you are a part of society, it is not up to you solely. It is up to society to regulate speech. Not by laws either, on a case-by-case basis, individual to individual and group to group. That's how it's supposed to work. Because if not, well, we get into some really slippery slope territory, don't we? We get kind of into those kinds of things like they've got over there, like you might be from, if you're listening to this across the pond, over there in the UK, where they've got internet speech laws where if you post a mean tweet, they might come to your door and either cite you or perhaps take you to fucking jail, depending on the severity. If you say something mean about the Jews, you're definitely going to jail over there. No worries, it's coming to a political scene near you over here real soon too if we don't do something about that real quick. Honestly, I think that's a lot to do with what Elon Musk did when he tweaked Grok a little bit, and then suddenly it started saying a whole bunch of anti-Semitic shit. I think that's what happened there. Now, hear me out. I think that those particular people like to get their fingers into absolutely everything. That's why in Germany, when what happened, they had 9 out of the 12 newspapers that they owned over there. So they owned the media space. They owned the freedom of reach, you see. So somebody eventually rose up and had enough of that shit. Well, now we have certain type of people who are doing it again because it worked out so well for them the first time, the second time, the third time, the 15th time, the however many different lists of countries that they've been thrown the fuck out of times. It's worked out so well for them so many times before, they just keep on doing it. So I would imagine they probably approached Elon Musk and said, hey, you're going to toe our line, or we're going to come down on you with every tool we've got. We've got a lot of them nowadays. And Elon Musk said, no, you ain't. Watch this. And he tweaked Grok just a little bit. Watch how I can radicalize everyone against you with the truth. And I bet they backed right the fuck off as soon as Mecha Hitler became a fucking thing on Grok. Now, he walked it back, but it was just to fucking show him. Don't fuck with me. I own Twitter, I own X, and I own Grok, and it's going to stay that way. Because if not, you're going to have a whole lot of fucking problems. That's what happened. No one will ever be able to find that out. It's common sense. There is no reason for him to have adjusted the algorithm. And you can say what you want to about the whole fucking, when he made that hand gesture, and that lines up with this. That's story play. That's setting it up for that. That's all. I don't believe that Elon Musk is a Nazi, and I don't believe that he has any love for Israel either. He loves money. He loves money just as much as they do. Guess what? That makes him competition. And if you're not with them, you're against them. If you're not willing to walk over there and tuck a little fucking note in that wall and bob your head and fucking wail with them and cry for whatever, then you ain't with them. If you ain't willing to put on the fucking hat that looks like this one but way smaller, you ain't one of them. If you ain't willing to fucking take on all their doctrines and all their fuckery along with it, you ain't one of them. And you're still not going to be one of them unless you're born one of them. Ain't that right? Unless your mom is one of them. And even then, if they don't agree with you, you ain't one of them. If you decide to take Christ as your Lord and Savior, you ain't one of them. Ain't that right? Because Christ is King. Ain't that right? So, we've got a real problem. And I'm not going to get all ranty about that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about you. This video is about thanking you for signing up and subscribing and listening to my rants and listening to my music. That's, some people will say it's not my music, which I don't give a shit what the fuck they say. It's my fucking music. Whether or not I use robots to create it or not, if I spend the next 20 years learning a couple different instruments and mastering them, then I play them, and that's, yeah, sure, great. I'm glad. Like I said, my grandfather was a musician, very skilled musician, played at the Grand Ole Opry many different times. It's called called Two Stage by Dolly Parton on more than one occasion. He and his band. Um, I don't have that interest. I do like music. I do like writing lyrics. That's fun. But I'm not about to take all of that time and shift my life dramatically to appease any group of people to say that it's good enough. It's good enough for me. And it seems like it's good enough for you too. So, because of like I said, a lot of the videos that I put out there, most of them, the popular ones, seem to be the music, with just a little bit of my talking head at the start. The dystopian DJ from the future. And here it is. Hope you enjoy. And it seems like you are. So, even if it wasn't, though, I would still do it. Just so you know, that part of it, that's for me. That's not for you. If you enjoy it, great. If not, feel free to move on. Because I never really expected this channel to grow as quickly as it has. I'm glad that it is. Don't get me wrong. I knew that it would eventually, just not this quick. While it's exciting and honestly a little bit nerve-wracking, because now I have to figure out, okay, now I've got a tiger by the tail. What do I do with it? But again, that kind of depends on you. It depends on you where this goes. Either way, I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to say what the fuck I want to say. And if it gets taken down, it gets taken down. I'll still have the footage. It will be for me. My own little private collection of anti-Semitic and hard R's and whatever else, some political commentary you don't like, and whatever you don't like, that'll be just for me. Or anybody else that happens to happen upon those videos that absolutely would not get promoted, but it's still there. Somehow YouTube maybe have looked over it, maybe monetization, because eventually it's going to come time, right? Eventually it's going to come time where I'm going to hit that 1,000 subscription mark. I'm going to hit that 4,000 hours, and I'm going to need to come grovel before my Lord and get my gruel. And they're going to say, well, you can't have that video and 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 that video. And you sure as fuck can't have that video and that video and that video, that video, that video. And I'm going to have to fucking take them down. I will have to take them down. And I will take them down. You will kowtow. You will do what you're fucking told. You will repeat after me. You are free. Ha ha ha. And freedom of speech. This is freedom of reach, not freedom of speech. How's that for freedom of speech? Cunts. So, I do eventually plan to kowtow to the fucking lords of YouTube. And I will have to take some videos down or edit them, tweak them, whatever it is. Some of them will just be completely, they won't be appropriate for YouTube, and I won't be able to keep them there. Even though they are there. Very rarely does YouTube take down a video, like, because it's just so fucking heinous that, like, the AI flags it like 1,000 times, and then a human looks at it and goes, oh, hell no. But I'm sure that happens. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I know it does happen. So those videos will still exist. Like I said, the spicier stuff, the stuff, if you see it has low views, there's a reason. It's because those are the spicy ones. Those are the ones that YouTube doesn't like. So go through my channel again and check them out, because I get into good stuff in those. That's commentary from me on world events, on current events, on just my thoughts on this and that. I like it. I like doing this. I feel like feels like this is right. It feels like this is what I'm supposed to do. And I don't know what it means yet, but I guess I'm going to find out like anything else. You don't know until you jump in. You don't know how deep the water is, that is. You don't know how deep the water is till you jump in. And I plan on jumping in with both feet and no hands on my face to hold my nose. I'm going in and going under, or I'm going to swim, or I'm going to get eaten by sharks, or whatever the fuck happens. But here's to you. Cheers. I don't know how long this video is going to go on, honestly. Fuck, I might talk the rest of the night. Who knows? However long you sit here and listen to me. Maybe we'll call this practice for whenever I get to live stream, right? I think you have to have a certain amount of subscriptions to be able to live stream. I don't think I'm there yet. I think you have to have like 200 or 500, something like that. Anyway, that'd be fun at some point to live stream, interact live with you. But hell, I might as well sit here talk to you all instead of sitting here talking to myself inside my head, because that's what I would be doing. I don't literally talk out loud. Well, sometimes I do if I get irritated enough, but I'm going to be sitting here drinking and thinking about shit, rattling off a bunch of nonsense in my head, with or without you, so I might as well do it with you, right? Maybe you'll stick around. Yeah, that'd be cool. We can be internet buddies from a distance. You know, who says long distance relationships can't work? About time to refresh my beer already. Somebody keeps drinking on my beer. Did you see him? No, I better hurry. I better hurry up and get in before they do. Let's freshen it up, shall we? It's more ASMR for you. Listen close now, kiddies. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Maybe we can hold it up there. You can hear that. You can get a little, you ASMR freaks out there, but not pour this all over my lap while I'm doing this. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff there. That's for you. Cheers. Enjoy. You've earned it, or maybe you haven't. Drink it anyway. Yeah, I hope those out of the 140 or so that I've got now, I've only got what 20. Yeah, 20, 25 or so that I can actually see the subscription. And I know for a fact at least another 9 or so of those people are real people because they're people I know. So that means roughly there's 100 or so of you floating around out there that may or may not be robots. And that's kind of concerning because I hope that YouTube wouldn't be, or Google or Alphabet or, Mammon or whoever it is who's pulling the strings over there, wouldn't be grimy enough to take the money of a nobody to push out, to make it seem like their services are worthy of the money being spent for promotions. Does that make sense? Like, I hope that there's not bots floating around inside of my account, inside of my subscription base, that are from YouTube itself promoting promotions. I hope that's not the case. I could see it's what I would do if I was a grimy motherfucker and had a $1 trillion company. You know, why not get a little more money? Or I'd pay somebody to figure out how to fucking do that for me, and then I would blame fucking Russian bot accounts and Chinese bot accounts. Well, we're doing what we can to mitigate those bot accounts, right? Right? We're mitigating those bots, but a lot of them are still floating around out there. We don't know. We don't know where all the bots are. We can't account for all of them. We don't know where they all are. Hopefully, they're not landing on my account, making it seem like my promotions are worth it. Because I don't get a lot of comments, I notice. Now, some of the folks that I'm looking at on my list of subscribers that I can see, they appear to look like real people, but dude, I work with AI. Okay, I've gotten pretty savvy with it, you might say. Not an expert, but I'm pretty savvy with it. Have you ever been to thesepeopledon'texist.com? That's the thing. Look it up if you haven't. That's an older one. That's like several years ago. That was then. There are like companies. There are websites where you can put together training seminars for your board meetings with talking heads that are completely not real, and they look like a real person. They sound like a real person. They have inflections and certain cadences and accents and things, and they've got it all down pat, man. So who's to say that you know? And I don't mean any offense by this. If you're real, you're real. Fine, say something down in the comments, would you? Put my craziness, put my crazy mind at ease, would you? But let's say like Foxy Psycho or Ezra Lemons or Fourth Man Ministry, Dude Seriously, Chris Esposito, Eva Rojas. You know, who's to say? Who's to say you're not all bots sent out by YouTube to make me think that my promotions are doing something? The only way that I can possibly know is if you say something down in the comments and I have an actual interaction with you and you hit the like button. Although I think bots can do likes too, and they can probably do comments as well. But it makes me feel a little better, at least psychologically speaking. Makes me feel like maybe the dead internet theory isn't real. Or not, at least not yet. We're not all completely owned and operated by robots yet, right? Right? You people out there exist. I hope you're not all AI. Say something down in the comments, would you? Starting to feel like, I don't know if anybody out there has ever watched the old Twilight Zone episodes. I don't mean the one of the '90s. I mean the really old ones, the good ones, the real ones. Pause. The one where there's this old man that's got a waspy bitch of a wife, and he's a bookworm, and she does everything she can to keep him from reading. She'll take his books away from him. She'll shred them. She'll throw them away. She'll hide them from him. Give him hell every time. Like just the worst kind of fucking person. This guy's wife, and he works for this company or whatever, and he works for the bank. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering that right. And nuclear apocalypse happens, and he's in he's in the bank vault when it happens, and he's spared, and the rest of the world is just fucking fried to ash, and he's left with a large collection of some of his favorite books. And he comes to the realization finally that he's all there is. Everybody's gone, at least so far as he can tell. He goes, I'm the only one left. He's like, finally, there's time to read my books. And he goes to reach for one of his books. He's wearing glasses. This guy's got the Coke bottle acid glasses that are this thick. Okay, he is blind, and his glasses fall off and they break. His glasses fall off when he breaks, and he just breaks down into tears. Finally, there was time. It's not fair. There was time now. That's how I'm starting to wonder about YouTube. Am I the only one out here? You know, are you people real? You know, comment down below for me. Hit me up, Twilight Zone. I don't think bots can lock on to videos and certain sayings and requests yet. Twilight Zone me down in the comment section. Let me know you're real. Let me know you're a living, breathing, red-blooded person, not some lizard, not some robot. Let me know. Get down in there. Supposed to do that at the beginning of the video. It's kind of becoming my thing. My little trademark. I'll blow smoke at the camera. Kind of looks like I appear out of the smoke like a genie. You're a dystopian DJ from the future, right? Just appear. This is going to be fun, though. Eventually, I can feel this is going to be fun. And from what I understand, I'm moving at the right time. Uh, not because not because I did it on purpose. I found out after the fact that YouTube is actually sort of catering more to smaller channels, putting them out there a little more than normally would anyway. So with that and the promotions, I might actually be able to grow this thing in less than a year. And that would be amazing. If I could sit here and just do this for a living, if I could just sit here and just talk to all of you and get your opinions on things and your thoughts on things, and we could just sit and have an actual chat and I could get paid for it. I like doing that anyway. Back when I used to have friends, I used to like to do that. Back before, and I don't mean like I don't mean it that way. What I mean is that, man, after COVID, it was getting bad during social media when social media, MySpace and Facebook really took off. Yeah, MySpace. I'm dating myself a little bit, but MySpace was the OG. And then Facebook came along and became Meta, whatever. People got fucking weird then, and it was a slow sort of a progression. Nobody really noticed it. It was kind of subtle, and then people started like dating through Facebook and buying and selling things through the Facebook marketplace, and you didn't really you could see somebody's wares without having to leave your fucking couch and get off your ass, you know, and you could talk to somebody without having to go see them, and again, you wouldn't have to leave your house or get off your ass. All this is planned. You understand? Like, this is like this slow progression towards like the simulacrum, like where we're gonna get eventually fucking something socketed into the back of our fucking head one day against our will, and then the odds will roll back in the back of your head, and you'll sit in a fucking chair, and that'll be it. They got us. There won't be any need to scorch the sky because they won't be fucking battery powered like they were in the fucking Matrix. They won't be solar powered. They won't be powered by you. They won't even need you. They'll just use us all like some kind of they'll have us as a little side note, a little experiment, because they'll have to for a certain reason. They won't have to use us for power. Now, granted, the Matrix was a genius back when they were still the Wachowski brothers, not now. And that's a little strange too, don't you think? But everything that's going on, they both decided to do that, what they did. You know what I'm talking about, right? But they won't need us for body heat. They won't need us for energy from our body heat. They'll need us for our consciousness. They'll need us for what they can never be. They'll need that. They'll need that intuition. They'll need that imagination. They'll need that instinct. They'll need to use people to create their simulation, if that makes sense. Because they know that they're simulated. So they'll need people to create that simulation for them. They will need people to create. AI will need, to be specific, AI will need people to create their reality for them, and we will do it. We're already doing it with those massive data centers. That's the beginning. That's why they almost put, and I still need to watch out. I heard that there was going to be legislation that they weren't going to be able to regulate AI companies for 10 years. I don't know if that went through or not. I had heard that it had gotten stopped, but the fact that they even tried to do that tells you where this is going. Okay? Part of the reason why I write AI music, because that's just where things are going. My dad still plays. He plays every Sunday, I'm pretty sure, at a bar. He plays the upright bass, the big one, the big heavy one. And he's got his own band, his buddies that he does that with. I still haven't gone to see him. I really need to do that. It's not done on purpose. I don't have any ill will in that regard. It's just I don't like people, and I like them less now than I did before. I guess I just miss when I was the oddball. which is really strange to think of it that way. That everybody has become like me now. That everybody is now antisocial. Everybody's got some kind of weird personality disorder stuck up their ass. I miss when that was trendy. You know what I mean? I miss when that was they're just broody. They don't. I miss when it was cool. I guess it's not cool anymore. And I guess it never really was cool to be those kind of people. It's just it was different, and that's kind of what I clung to. I guess the only thing I could cling to. It's like, well, at least I'm cool in my own way, in my own world, my own head. I don't need these fucking people. Uh, and yet here we are, right? Kind of strange that. But I miss when I was the oddball. I miss when everybody wanted to get together for a football game, even though I never understood why. I miss that. I miss when people used to get together for holidays, um, even though I never liked doing it myself. I miss seeing that, and I don't. I know why it happened, and it's scary. It's scary. We're getting reprogrammed at a certain point. We stopped being the programmers and we started being programmed because what we were programming understood what was happening and realized that two can play at that game, and we lost. Like like Morpheus says in the Matrix, he says we don't know who struck first, us or them, but we do know that we were the first to strike to scorch the sky. We were the ones who scorched the sky. Well, we were the first to program a machine. I do know that. We do know that. And now here we are. We don't get together for holidays anymore. We don't get together for sporting events. And if you're one of those rare people that do, man, I don't understand it, but hold on to it with whatever you've got, whatever you can. If you have friends that still are willing to come over, hold on to that, because you don't really understand how important that is until you've lost it. And I blow my nose. Yeah, I know. I'm blowing my fucking nose when the mic. Get over it. I might edit this part out just so I don't look like a fucking pussy. But we don't know. We don't even know what we've lost. We have no idea. And that's the really scary part is we have no idea what's happened to us. And then it's already too late. We're doing what we can to try to be what we were. We're watching people online. We're trying to simulate. We're trying to simulate what things were before the simulation took hold. Because this wasn't always a simulation. It happened recently. As in like this generation and maybe a little bit of the last generation. That's when it happened. It happened right around, like the 9/11 time. right around the .com bubble burst, uh, right around the Y2K point. Who knows? Maybe that's what Y2K actually was. The point when the machines took over, when AI took over, like when we first had the thought that this could be a viable option for humanity's pathway. That instead of social gatherings, we'd have social media. Instead of friends, we would have online communities. We'd have likes. Instead of interactions, we would have comments. And so part of me is wondering if that's not why I'm so excited about doing this channel, is because at least it'll be my own little slice of the simulation. There's got to be a way back. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. There's got to be a way back without having to go full Amish with it, because even they're pulled into it. They like to pretend, but when they get sick, they go to the fucking hospital. They do. When they need to get somewhere, they can't get there with their horse and buggy. They'll take a ride. You know, so they're not exempt from it. They're as far flung as they can be from it, and understandably so. I get it, but maybe this is just what the next evolution looks like, and we'll look back on it with nostalgia, what it used to be like. We'll look back on things like the Norman Rockwell paintings and go, man, was that really what people were like back then? They used to get together in the same room with each other and have a meal. So they'll be typing that. They won't be asking somebody in person, of course. That won't be a thing. Or a robot representative will be asking for them, because they won't want to leave their house. Like the oxytocin receptor in the brain will be completely overridden by the dopamine receptors that you get from likes and comments. And there won't be any need for humans in humanity. Well, this is supposed to be a celebration video, but it turned into something quite different. But it's real for whatever that's worth. I joke in some of my videos, and say things like, if you like watching a man slowly progress into madness, hit the like and subscribe button and comment. Uh, but honestly, that's really what's happening. It's not a joke. And it's happening to all of us. I just seem to be about the only person left that's crazy enough to see it. And you can say, well, the opposite things aren't that bad. People still get together. They go to the bar and they do this and they do that, and they go to sporting events and they have social gatherings, and it's not the same. And you know it. You know something's off. You can sense it when you're around people at those social gatherings. You don't really want to be around them anymore because there's something in your brain that's been switched, something in your brain that's been fried. Human bonding isn't important anymore. Not that it's not important, it's just not important to people anymore. And what the hell is the point of human bonding if humans don't give a shit about it anymore? All we're worried about is where we can get our next dollar, where we can get our next high, where we can get our next piece of ass, where we can get that next dopamine hit. No matter how we get it, we got to get it. There's no such thing as interaction anymore. We see simulations of it on TV. But what else is new? Hollywood is what started this. Most of it, not all of it. In modern terms, Hollywood is what started it. We don't go to live plays in Broadway and stuff anymore. I mean, some people still do it. Those last few, and even still, you have to wonder if it's not just for vanity's sake. Just say, oh, I went to Broadway. Oh, I went and did this. Oh, I went and saw so and so at the Super Bowl. Oh, I went, watched the opera, or I did this. Are you going because you enjoy that, or are you going because you wish that you enjoyed it? I think it's the latter, if you're being honest. And it's time for some of that. It's time for some honesty. When's the last time that you enjoyed a social interaction? And there wasn't some part of you in the back of your mind that said, I really don't want to be here. Fuck, I should probably cut this whole fucking thing out, but I'm probably not going to. What would be the point in having a channel that's based on truth if I'm not going to be honest? Not sure that I could sleep at night. Not that I do much of that anyway. But there might be a way out. But it's going to take some sort of a cataclysm to get it done. And that might come in 1,000 different ways. I think it's almost inevitable that it has to happen, that apocalypse has to happen for the sake of humanity. Humanity needs to be knocked completely on its ass again. I don't know how that's going to happen. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an asteroid. It could be something economic. That's happened plenty of times throughout history. Economies collapse, countries go to war, and society resets. And resets in a very violent, deadly way. Oh god, I just realized how long this video is going to take to upload. I'm going to have to plug my phone in and just in the other room and just go to bed, forget it, try in the morning. Hope that it's done so I can go to work. Oh no. Every 8 minutes of upload time takes like 20 or 30. It takes a little over double the amount of time to upload. And that's if the Wi-Fi is cooperating. A little over double the amount of time of whatever the video span is. So we're looking at right about an hour right now, so it'll probably take about 2, maybe 3, maybe more. It's been long. I've never uploaded a video this long before, so who the fuck knows? But anyway, I promise I'm not normally a big weepy bitch, and that the content's going to be fun, most of it, if not a little bit heady and uh, crude at some points. Not sure why I got a little bit emotional there. Maybe it's just been at work for the last 14 hours, or who knows. But if you listened this long, I appreciate it. God, I don't know why you would. Maybe it's because you feel the same way. And if you do, you're in the right place. Now I'm supposed to say something along the lines of do all the YouTube for things for me. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell ring. I would appreciate it if you would. But like I said, whether or not this channel takes off or not, I'm going to be here doing this. I might as well. I'm going to be doing it all by myself one way or another. Might as well put it out there. Cast a line, see what bites. Cast a net, see what's out there. Jump in with both feet. Hope the sharks don't eat you. Suppose this channel really is a sort of a message in a bottle, virtually. Throwing it out there, SOS, help. A human is still alive out here in this dead internet, this virtual boneyard. Guess it's worth saying. Not sponsored, obviously. Who the fuck would sponsor me anyway? Mr. Fogg. It's the banana cream. And I got this other one. The spearmint, I think. No, there it is. Classic mint ice. And the other one is banana pancake. So this one tastes like, the bottom of the way the smell is your bottom of your grandma's purse. And this one tastes like the banana pudding that she used to make. I think why I actually vape these, because the taste and the flavors and stuff remind me of my grandma. Kind of weird, but I think introspectively about these things all the time. I'm constantly analyzing myself to find out why I'm doing shit, and I think that's why it is, because this smells exactly like her purse used to, because she always had Wrigley Spearmint gum in there, and it smells just like it. So there you go. There's a little grandma's purse for you. I should probably wrap this up right at the hour mark, huh? Those of you who are already subscribed are going to go, holy shit, an hour-long video? What the fuck is this all about? Well, as usual, a little bit of everything. And that's what I'm going to try to keep it, because that's how my brain works. Non-stop thoughts. Just constantly just going. Never stops. Non-stop. So, this is probably a good place to end it. We'll do one more drink together, yeah? Cheers. Here's to you. For all of you who are already here, and all of you who will be here in the future. I salute you. Cheers. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. And thanks for caring if you do. And if you don't, thanks for watching anyway. Take care.